Tonight's headlines: government shifts policy on lockdowns. Palace appeals for understanding following aborted return to GCQ. Coronavirus cases in the country at 2,179,770. ICU ward beds nationwide remain at high risk. Signal number 4 raised over Babuyan Island. And Philippine Stocks Index ends week on positive note. Good evening. Today is Friday, September 10, 2021. I am Elmer Navarro Manuel, and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that the government will only implement 2 quarantine classifications during the pilot implementation of the alert level system for COVID-19 response in the National Capital Region. Roque said the IATF has approved provisionally guidelines for the implementation of the alert level system for COVID-19 response. Under Alert Level 4, the highest risk classification, dine-in, personal services, and mass gatherings are not allowed. However, the palace officials stressed that the interagency task force is still finalizing the details on the activities that will be allowed under Alert Level 4. Malacanang on Friday appealed for understanding after Metro Manila's planned return to looser COVID-19 restrictions this week was abruptly canceled. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that the COVID-19 task force deferred the plan to impose the general community quarantine with an alert level system because the body had yet to decide on the alert status for the region. Task force also had not resolved the request of the private sector to extend privileges to fully vaccinated individuals. The Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the country's largest business organization, earlier criticized the government for its last-minute change of mind and keeping Metro Manila under a modified enhanced community quarantine. The Department of Health reported 17,964 confirmed coronavirus disease cases on Friday to bring the total number of infections in the country to 2,179,770, even as 4 laboratories failed to submit data on time. This brought the active cases to 175,470, and of the total, 87.8% are mild, 7.8% are asymptomatic, 1.3% are severe, and 0.6% are in critical condition. The number of recoveries, on the other hand, rose to 1,969,401 after 9,067 patients recovered from the deadly disease. Death toll now stands at 34,899 following 168 fatalities recorded. Based on reports on September 8, the Philippines was also able to test 76,562 individuals, of which 28.9% tested positive for the disease. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Magpabakura kayo.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Oh, vaccination, isolation. Gotta keep up with my nutrition. Gotta maintain my body condition. Then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination, babakuna ka ba? Babakuna ka ba?
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Magpabakuna kayo.
In other news, the intensive care unit beds and ward beds for COVID-19 patients nationwide remain at a high risk as the modified enhanced community quarantine in Metro Manila nears its end, according to the Department of Health. Based on the latest bulletin, 75% of the 4,200 ICU beds in the country are in use, while 73% of the 1,400 ICU beds in Metro Manila are being utilized. Meanwhile, around 73% of the country's 15,800 ward beds are occupied, while 73% of the 4,400 ward beds in Metro Manila are in use. Occupancy rate is considered high risk if it is more than 70% but less than 85%. State Weather Bureau Pagasa announced that Tropical Cyclone Wind Signal Number 4 has been raised over the northeastern portion of the Babuyan Islands as Typhoon Kiko further intensified. In its 5 p.m. severe weather bulletin, the weather agency warned affected residents against very destructive typhoon force winds within 12 hours. Meantime, TCWS number 3 was raised in the extreme northeastern portion of Cagayan, the rest of the Babuyan Islands, and Batanes. As of 4 p.m., the center of Kiko was estimated at 190 kilometers east of Apari, Cagayan, with maximum sustained winds of 215 kilometers per hour near the center, gustiness of up to 265 kilometers per hour. It is moving northwestward at 15 kilometers per hour. Kiko may also reach the super typhoon category according to the weather agency. And in business, Philippine shares recovered on Friday despite the continued slide of their counterparts in the United States, and the peso stays firm against the greenback. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index rose by 46.49 points or 0.67% to 6,970.51 at the closing bell. The broader all shares increased by 22 points or 0.51% to 4,302.79. Hina Capital Development Corporation head of sales Luis Limlingan said that foreign investors still concentrated on Philippine shares as U.S. equities extended their losing streak for the fourth consecutive trading day. Volume reached 864.83 million shares, amounting to 4.88 billion pesos. Advancers led decliners at 100 to 90, while 54 shares were unchanged. Meanwhile, the peso remained firm against the US dollar after finishing the week's last trading day at 49.865 from 49.92 a day ago. That wraps up the stories tonight, and before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store, Araneta City, Department of Tourism, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin of the Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Elmer Navarro Manuel, and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night, and God bless us all.
Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join.
Magpabakura kayo.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelovelo, Comfy Manalo, Chinky Mangkukang, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Chirk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas ng mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa.
Simulan ang bawat umaga with good vibes sa mga informative and recreational segments dito sa ating programa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magkita-kita po tayo mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga at magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising Na!
Magpabakura kayo.